Barakatin Yahweh, Barakatin Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ruch HaKodesh, Kwantua Jasharala, greeting to all the hopeful elect and all the good people of all nations that in truth and sincerity wants to seek salvation. Okay, we're going to do the book of Mashali, which you guys know as Proverbs. It's a lot of knowledge. We're just dealing with the hopeful elect now, so it's nothing but exhortations, to grow in wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Glorify your name, Heavenly Father. All right, let's proceed with chapter 17, 18, and 19. Better is a dry morsel with quietness than a house full of feasting with strife. A wise servant will rule over a son who causes shame, and will share an inheritance amongst the brothers. The refining pot is for silver, and the furnace for gold, but Yahweh Elohim tests the hearts. An evildoer gives heed to false lips. A liar listens eagerly to a spiteful tongue. He who mocks the poor reproaches his maker. He who is glad at calamity will not go unpunished. Children's children are the crown of old men, and the glory of children is their father. Yes, it is, because our Father is the glory of Yahweh Elohim, man. Through Adonai Mashiach Yahweh Shai, and through the Ruach HaKodesh, man. Now let's see. Excellent speech is not becoming to a fool, much less lying lips to a prince. Basically, is that a fool cannot give you exhortation, cannot give you wisdom, and and the Prince of Righteousness does not lie. But like I said, I'm dealing with the hopeful elect, so I don't have to decipher too much. A present is precious stones in the eyes of its possessor. Wherever he turns, he prospers. He who covers a transgression seeks love, but he who repeats a matter separates friends. Rebuke is more effective for a wise man than 100 blows on a fool. An evil man seeks only rebellion, therefore a cruel messenger will be sent against him. Let a man meet a bear robbed of her cubs rather than a fool in his folly. Whoever rewards evil for good, evil will not depart from his house. The beginning of strife is like releasing waters. Therefore stop contention before a quarrel starts. He who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the just, both of them alike are an abomination to Yahweh Elohim. Why is there in the hand of a fool the purchase price of wisdom, since he has no heart for it? A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity. A man devoid of understanding shakes hands in a pledge, and becomes surely for his friend. He who loves transgression loves strife, and he who exalts his gate seeks destruction. He who has a deceitful heart finds no good, and he who has a perverse tongue falls into evil. He who begets a scoffer does so to his sorrow, and the father of a fool has no joy. A merry heart does good like medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones. A wicked man accepts a bribe behind the back to pervert the ways of justice. Wisdom is in the sight of him who has understanding, but the eyes of a fool are on the ends of the earth. A foolish son is a grief to his father, and bitterness to her who bore him. Also, to punish the righteous is not good, nor to strike prince for their uprightness. He who has knowledge spares his words, and a man of understanding is of a calm spirit. Even a fool is counted wise when he holds his peace. When he shuts his lips, he is considered perceptive. Alright, man, that was the end of chapter 17. Okay, like I said, we're dealing with just the hopeful elect, so we're not deciphering much. Okay, we're going to go now continue with chapter 18. A man who isolates himself seeks his own desire. He rages against all wise judgment. A fool has no delight in understanding, but in expressing his own heart. When the wicked comes, contempt comes also, and with dishonor comes reproach. The words of a man's mouth are deep waters, and the wellsprings of wisdom is a flowing brook. It is not good to show partiality to the wicked, or to overthrow the righteous in judgment. A fool's lips enter into contention, and his mouth calls for blows. A fool's mouth is his destruction, and his lips are the snares of his soul. The words of a talebearer are like tasty trifles, and they go down into the inmost body. He who is a slothful in his work is a brother to him who is a great destroyer. The name of Yahweh Elohim is a strong tower, and the righteous run to it and are safe. Yes, we do glorify your name, Yahweh Elohim. Now it says here, the rich man, wealth is his strong city, and like a high wall in his own esteem. Before destruction, the heart of a man is haughty, kind of like the pride America has, and before honor is humility. He who answers a matter before he hears it, it is a folly and shame to him. The spirit of a man will sustain him in sickness, but who can bear a broken spirit? The heart of the prudent acquires knowledge, and the ear of the wise seeks knowledge. A man's gift makes room for him, and brings him before great men. The first one to plead his cause seems right, until his neighbor comes and examines him. Casting lots causes contention to cease, and keeps the mighty apart. A brother offended is harder to win than a strong city, and contentions are like the bars of a castle. A man's stomach shall be satisfied from the fruits of his mouth, from the produce of his lips he shall be filled. Death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat its fruits. He who finds a wife finds a good thing, and obtains favor from Yahweh Elohim. The poor man uses entreaties, but the rich answers roughly. A man who has friends must himself be friendly, but there is a friend who sticks closer than a brother. Okay, that's the end of chapter 18. Now we're going to finish it off with chapter 19. Okay, here it goes. Better is the poor who walks in his integrity than one who is perceived in his lips and is the fool. Also, it is not good for a soul to be without knowledge. Yes, it's not, man, but most of the people, 2/3 of the people, they're just walking dead, zombies. No brain, no knowledge, no nothing, man. Now it says here, and he sins who hastens with his feet. The foolishness of a man twists his ways, and his heart frets against Yahweh Elohim. Health makes many friends. Wealth makes many friends, but the poor is separated from his friend. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies will not escape. Many entreat the favor of the nobility, and every man is a friend to one who gives gifts. All the brothers of the poor hate him. How much more do his friends go far from him? He may pursue them with words, yet they abandon him. He who gets wisdom loves his own soul. He who keeps understanding will find good. A false witness will not go unpunished, and he who speaks lies shall perish. Luxury is not fitting for a fool, much less for a servant to rule over prince. The discretion of a man makes him slow to anger, and his glory is to overlook a transgression. The king's wrath is the roaring of a lion, but his favor is like the dew of the grass. A foolish son is the ruin of his father, and the contentions of a wife are a continual dripping. Houses and riches are an inheritance from fathers, but a prudent wife is from Yahweh Elohim. Laziness casts one into a deep sleep, and an idle person will suffer hunger. He who keeps the commandments keeps his soul, but he who is careless of his ways will die. He who has pity of the poor lends to Yahweh Elohim, and he will pay back what he has given. Chasten your son while there is hope, and do not set your heart on his destruction. That means discipline your fucking kids, man. That's what it's saying, man. Now let's proceed. A man of great wrath will suffer punishment, for if you rescue him, you will have to do it again. Listen to the counsel and receive instruction, that you may be wise in your latter days. There are many plans in a man's heart. Nevertheless, Yahweh Elohim's counsel that will stand. What is desired in a man is kindness, and a poor man is better than a liar. The fear of Yahweh Elohim leads to life, and he who has it will abide in satisfaction. He will not be visited with evil. A lazy man buries his hand in the bowl, and will not so much as bring it to his mouth again. Strike a scoffer, and the simple will become wary. Rebuke one who has understanding, and he will discern knowledge. He who has mistreated his father and chases away his mother is a son who causes shame and brings reproach. Cease listening to instruction, my son, and you will stray from the words of knowledge. A desperate witness scorns justice, and the mouth of the wicked devours iniquity. Judgments are prepared for scoffers, and beatings for the back of fools. That's right, man. Scoffers are going to get judged, and fools are always getting their ass whooped because they're fools. They don't know any better, you know what I'm saying? That's what pretty much is saying. And like I said, we're past that point of deciphering every single phrase in every single chapter, because we're now dealing with the hopeful elect this late in the game. I hope this was edifying, and I want to say Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Hakodesh. Okay, shalom to all my brothers and sisters teaching this truth and sincerity, four corners of the earth, and to the hopeful elect, I want to say shalom.